Someone in the comments did ask about my books, and even though it kind of makes me feel ick to talk about the stuff I've made and put it out on a video on this channel, it also occurred to me that nobody can help me if they don't know where to find any of the things that I've made that they could buy, or my Patreon or anything. So all the links are in the channel. So if you go to my actual channel, the page, and look under the more info, you can see the links to everything there. It says that YouTube has loopholes you have to jump through, and you have to hit milestones and things before you can put links in your description for videos. So this is a brand new channel that I just made earlier, so I can't actually do that yet, but all the links to everything are on the channel page. I believe I mentioned that I do like to use AI tools. They allowed me to get past a lot of problems I had writing, and then I kind of started building up a writing channel about how I did that, because I've learned a lot. It's been a couple of years since I started getting into that as a subject, and the reason I have 5 novels released now is because I let fear get in the way. I finished like 4 drafts and just never finished them, edited them, and then published them until after my mom started getting real sick, and that kind of lit a fire under my backside, as it would. And you start being afraid of other things than embarrassment, failure, more pressing matters enter your head, and you become afraid of those. So I was going to just focus on the novels. If you're actually interested in writing and want to learn more, you can go to my writing channel, and I have a bunch of videos and resources and things there. So other than that, all the books that here, like the prompts and things, that's all just resources I've created to help aspiring writers, authors, storytellers. To me, it's about telling stories. So that's all that is, but I wanted to actually talk about the novels because that's really what I'm most proud of. So, Summoned by the Guild of Terrible Wizards, this one, an isekai adventure. Isekai is an anime genre that deals with characters being summoned to another world, or they die in it, or are reborn in another world. It's portal fantasy, but with an anime twist. And it's about a guy named Griffith who is playing games at his computer and ends up being yanked through a portal to another world. Not unexpected there if you understand the genre, but kind of the funny part of it, it's kind of a comedy. I mix genres a little bit here and there. Drama with some comedy and other things added. But it wasn't intentional. It was a drunken party accident. He gets sucked through this portal because the summoner of the group decided to summon something drunk and summoned him instead. So he kind of ends up being, doing paperwork and doing odd jobs for him until he finds out that he has a special ability that causes quite a ruckus. And there's also one of my favorite characters I've ever created, which is Hamilton, the imp from the Plain of Flowers. It's a rather fun character. And the more AI prompt stuff. Royal Department of Protection, I came up with that idea. That was actually the first one I ever finished. It's probably my weakest novel, in my opinion. But I was still getting used to using tools that and getting better over time. It is the shortest one. But the idea for it was the Battle of Mogadishu, Black Hawk Down. What if you took that and put it in a fantasy setting? It's kind of the idea. So that's what it's about. There's a terrorist group, and the leaders are in the city of Stoneguard, and the neighboring kingdom sends in a group to capture them. but kind of the whole city turns on them, and there's uh, a group of trucks and armored vehicles that are sent to retrieve everybody, and everybody gets just pounded. Robomech Redemption Wildfire Rise is sci-fi, and it's about a girl named Tatiana. I think that's right. I keep blinking on her name for some reason. I guess it's just because all the stress. But it's the basic premise isn't that original. It's like pro wrestling, martial arts with robots, big mecha. So that's not original at all. That idea's been around since the 80s. But the twist is that Tatiana, she's a 17-year-old girl, and her father and her hero, the first female champion of Robomech, were killed in a war that happened when she was really young. So she's kind of growing up with this incredible desire to be part of Robomech, but she's from Neptune Station, which is a back-ass ends, a nowhere place in the solar system, in my version of the future. But then she meets a character named Ruben, who used to be the lead tech for a major champion, one of the best winning champions of all time, until there was an incident, a scandal, and now he's kind of not escaped, but he's kind of hiding away from everybody, his own past more than anything, on Neptune Station, and they meet, and she's able to get into Robomech that way and do the Rookie League, and kind of goes, there's some conspiracy stuff involved. I think it was one of my better ones. Dice Dread and Darkness Creating Fear in RPGs is for game masters that do any kind of role-playing games, and how you can inject horror elements. 30 Cyberpunk NPCs is exactly what it sounds like. It's also for RPG stuff. There we go. I actually created an RPG system, the Anyverse system. That's what that is. A Serverheim, where heroes never log out, is another isekai, and it's also lit RPG. And it's about a guy that he's killed, and he goes to this afterlife direction agency, basically, and gets to choose where he goes. And he decides to go to this world that death psychopomps, the guides to the afterlife, the gods, have created for gamers, basically. And that's the gist of the story. A Fistful of Fairy Tales is a fun one. My idea of that was, what do you get if you mix Shrek with Bloodsport, the Jean-Claude Van Damme movie? So it's about a prince who's a banished prince, Nicholas Neeson, who is trying to win this incredible tournament called the Rumpus in the Republic to get the prize, which is a bunch of money and an artifact which is said to be able to give you your heart's desire. And lots of action, also lots of fun, I think. You have Rapunzel and the Three Blind Mice and other fairy tale characters in there, but presented as rather hardcore fighters. So I like that one. And the other two, A Suicide Note hit sharp. I wrote that a very long time ago. It's like some poetry and stuff. And Songs in the Abandoned House is like poetry and short stories, also from a long time ago. So those are the only two things I ever actually finished until much more recently. That's my books. Like I said, it kind of makes me feel ick talking about this stuff on this particular channel because of the other videos that I've put up and my situation, but also nobody can help me if I don't tell them how they can help me or present options for how somebody can help me. I guess Catch-22, I don't know. But, those are my books that I've made, I've written and released. They're on Amazon. So, yeah. And that's kind of the video. I was going to go ahead and do a second one about music I've been working on, because I had a huge stockpile of kind of half done or partially done songs and a bunch of lyrics I had written, but no real way to do anything with them. And then I started messing around with Suno, the AI music thing, and was able to start polishing tracks up and adding elements that were missing and getting the lyrics that I had written turned into actual singing. So I am a fan of AI tools. I think they give you a lot of ability to do things that you wouldn't otherwise be able to do. I was going to go ahead and do a quick video and maybe play a song on that I made on another video. But that's my books. Thanks for watching.